So this is part 2 of the video series on how to build your own quadcopter using the Talon Quadcopter Volume 2 frame. And in this part of the video I'm going to build the frame itself. And yeah, let's start it. So this is how it comes shipped. I opened it once before, but I didn't take any parts out, so... Okay. Got your installation guide, which should be pretty simple because the frame is a really basic setup. Okay, you got your 4 arms, your quadcopter arms, as well as the motor mounts. These are the mounts that connect to the motors. You've got your bottom and top plate. These are, I guess, what are these? I guess your stands, you can call them. Yeah. So these keep the quadcopter above the ground, and so your battery won't touch the bare ground. Some more connectors. So first I'm going to show you all the parts that are included in the kit, and then we are going to build it. So in this part of the video I'm going to show you how to install each arm. You're going to need the arm itself as well as the motor mount with its counterpart. You need 2 of these stands as well as the parallel connector, which is stabilizing the stand itself. And first of all you're going to screw on the motor mount to its counterpart really loose, but this is going to help you put the arm on really easy. And when screwing these on, you want to make sure that you screw them on from this side, because as you can see there's a larger hole, and there's just the connector. And you want to put the arm into the motor mount, and you want to make sure that they line up. So you don't want it like this or like that. You want it just right, so they line up on this side. And then you have to decide on which side of the arm is going to be on top, because now you're going to screw on your stand, and normally this is going to be the top side and this is going to be your bottom side, but because of I've got the NTM motor mount, which is going to connect on this side of the motor, I'm going to screw on the motor on top instead of from the bottom. And this way I have to mount it the other way. So this is going to be my bottom side, because the motor is going to connect like this, and this is going to be my top side. So this is what it's going to look finally. First of all, I take one side of the stand and screw it on with 6mm screws. You can snug them up. Then I'm going to take the parallel connector and screw it on with a 6mm screw as well. you take the other side and screw to the parallel connector, as well as the two connecting to the stand. Okay, you make sure everything is snugged, and then you repeat this process for the other parts of, for the other arms of the frame. So what you want to do now is make sure that you have the right side of the bottom and the top laid up and down, because there are larger holes on one side on each plate, and you want to make sure that larger side of the hole is outside. So for the bottom plate it's on the bottom, for the top plate it is on top, and then you want to start screwing these spacers in from the bottom first. So you have these holes on the outside here, and you're gonna screw them in from the bottom using these 8mm screws. So once you got all these screwed in, using, and I gotta correct this, the 8mm screws, though the smaller ones, not the 12mm screws, you're then going to start connecting all your arms to these main plate connectors, and you want to make sure that these align correctly so that you don't have a crooked arm or the wrong angle on your arm when connecting to the main body of the frame. So how do you make this possible? Well, it's pretty easy, because of you got these stands, and of course you got this line here. You just push them on a even table or something, and then you correct it automatically. So in case this was like this, push it, and of course now, yeah, they line up. Here you can see it, they line up, and now you can screw this screw really tight. And make sure when doing this that this hole right here is on the inside of the body. So it's going to connect like this. This is really important, because this screw is going to adapt with this nylon spacer to your KK board or whatever you're using. So make sure this is on the inside of your arm. And of course make sure these line up. So and then you repeat this process for all 4 spars. Okay, once you got all these connected, you're going to connect them to the bottom plate and these spaces right here. Just line them up. Use the top plate, and then you're gonna use these 12mm screws and screw them on from the top. When doing this, make sure you just screw them on really loose, because you do want to have all arms in there before you tie them up. So once you got that, you can tighten it up. And now you can see it's pretty much all completed. What's left is these nylon screws, and these separate the board from the frame, the KK board or whatever you're using. And you can just screw them in the top holes on each side of, or on each arm of the frame. You want to make sure that you install these spacers in which direction or configuration you're using your quads. So this is it for building the frame, and thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe.